Hello everyone, so this is a call, and what I'm going to tell you about in this video is in essence, this is a practice you could do within 5 minutes, so it's a quick transmutation. What do I mean by transmutation? It's, kind of as it sounds, which is to transform energies. In this case, it's base energies, and specifically I'm going to reference the sexual energies, and we're going to shift that up the spinal cord and down the front of the body. It's a little more complex than that, and I'll get into that once we get into the technique. However, before that, I would like to let you know down below the video is a link to my website, and on that link, if you follow that link, what you're going to find is a free PDF called The Formula, and this is 20 years of experience in working with Tantra and working with sexual energy. This is a freebie. It's a lot of information. But in essence, if you follow this template, you will have success producing very powerful orgasms, multiple orgasms, and creating tantric connections. And also you will find links and connections to very powerful breathwork practices, as well as my sexual energy coaching, which is called the Sovereign Tantric. So back to the video. The purpose of transmuting energy, in this particular case, again, I tend to work with sexual energy a lot because I'm a dude. And men, we kind of get lost there. We get a little bit hypnotized by our sexual energy often. So that being said, the purpose of this practice is to connect to that energy. So in other words, it's not to repress nor express the energy. It's simply to connect to it, shift it to the navel, then back towards the spine, and then up the spine, inside the head, and then bringing it down the front of the body and returning to the navel. Now, this, in essence, creates an orbit, but it also, what it does is it concentrates the energy at the navel area, which then is, basically, it's our body's storage center, right? We call it the hara, the lower dantian. There's a lot of these names for that area. But another way you can kind of look at it, it's your center of gravity. So if you're a man, you want to have a lot of energy focused there because this is also the space where your will is directed from, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why we're going to be concentrating the energy at the navel point. This practice, I think I mentioned, may take only about 5 minutes. So this is a transmutation quickie for sure. So let me go ahead and we'll get into the practice. So the first step of the practice is going to involve breath of fire. For those of you who've never done breath of fire before, basically what you're doing is you pull in your belt line. That'll cause air to go out. So it's like giving yourself the Heimlich maneuver, right? So you pull in the belt line and air goes out. You relax the belt line and air naturally comes in. In other words, you're not focusing on inhaling and exhaling. Now, if this is difficult for you, again, what you're doing is you're pulling in. You pull in the belt line, air goes out. You relax the belt line, air comes in. So it's generally done, I'll show you. Not sure you could see all that much there, but I think you may have saw my shirt move. You could see the in and out motion. Again, belt line goes in, air goes out. There's something called reciprocal breathing. A lot of people do this. I don't understand why they do this, but they pull in and they inhale. It doesn't make sense because you're actually applying a pressure which should drive the air out. Again, it's like the Heimlich maneuver. So now if you find that difficult to do, what you can do is you can do a rapid breathing in and out of the nose. You can call it bellows breath. It's just rapid in and out of the nose, and that's purely diaphragmic breathing. The thing about breath of fire is it is non-diaphragmic. Purpose is to saturate with oxygen, which makes the technique I'm going to teach you much more sort of productive. So the thing I'll say also about this technique is you can stimulate the sexual energy in advance if you wish. Otherwise, what we're doing is we're going to be creating a lot of genital contractions. You want to contract from the tip of the penis if you're a guy, or if you're a woman, the clitoris. But if you're a man, you want to contract from the tip of the penis to the base of the penis and towards the perineum. So you're contracting tip of the penis to the base. In essence, what you're doing is you're contracting the muscles around the genitals. You can call them the Kegels or whatnot. But I would like you to keep the focus at the tip of the penis to the base because you're pulling inward, okay? And this is going to produce, for some folks, the number of repetitions we're going to be doing can produce almost borderline orgasmic kind of feelings. I can trigger orgasms doing this technique. That's if I've maintained, let's say I've maintained or refrained rather from ejaculation for anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. I have quite a sufficient charge. It's quite rich, quite sensitive. And then when I start doing these contractions, I can feel this very, very pleasurable surge of energy. So let's go ahead and we'll get into that a little bit more. So first off, to do the breath of fire, you want to take a deep breath in. Exhale all that air out. Go ahead and adjust your pelvic floor. Make sure you press that perineum downward. Deep breath in. You want to adjust the crown of the head to whatever light you perceive above your head. Again, pulling the spine nice and tall. I'm seated on my knees. You can sit cross-legged, however you wish. Go ahead and exhale that air out. So again, inhale full breath. Exhale the air out. Now we're going to inhale just a half breath. And we're going to begin rapid breathing. We're just going to do this for about 45 seconds to the minute for this demonstration. So half breath in, and we'll begin breath of fire or bellows breath, rapid in and out of the nose. Just about 15 seconds. Keep it up. Full breath in. Exhale the air out. Now with the air out, begin to contract and relax the genitals from the tip of the penis or the clitoris inward 10 times. So 10 contractions. After 10 contractions, inhale just a sniff of air, small sniff. 10 more contractions. And another sniff in. 10 more contractions. Final sniff in. 10 more contractions. Good. After those 40 contractions you just did, shift your awareness to your perineum. Gently contract the perineum, or just whatever you can around the anus perineum. Place the awareness in the belly. Feel, sense. You might feel a pulse or heat. Shift the awareness to the spine. Sniff of air in. Contract and relax the anus with the awareness on the spinal cord. Relax the back of the head and pull the awareness up inside the head. Again, anus contracted, awareness on the spine. Draw your awareness inside your head. So you're splitting your awareness between the anus and inside the head. After about 10 contractions of the anus, exhale all the air out. Keep the awareness at the center part of the head. Feel and sense at the very center of the head. Right above the roof of the mouth. Tongues at the roof of the mouth. Recovery breath. Inhale. Exhale the air out. Inhale 1/3 of your lung capacity. Draw the awareness downward towards the heart space. Contract the perineum gently. Feel the space around the heart, around the shoulder blades, and this part of the body. It's expansive. Again, perineum gently contracted upward, feeling the heart space and the expansion around it. Inhale another 1/3 of air. Move the awareness down to the space just above the navel, but below the sternum. Solar plexus, once again, contract the perineum very gently. Feel inside the solar plexus. Feel any sort of expansion around the solar plexus. Final sniff of air in. Draw the awareness down to the navel area. Again, just below the navel, inside the belly, right above the perineum, right? So below the navel, about 2 fingers, inside the belly, contract the perineum upward. Feel and sense for a pulse. This is what you'll likely feel at the hara, lower dantian, or whatever we want to call it, the navel point. And now you're going to exhale into that space and contract your anus, your perineum, your genitals, pulling your belt line, awareness inside the belly. This is called root lock. Hold that briefly. Relax the root lock. Inhale. Exhale, another root lock. Again, keeping the awareness inside the belly. Inhale. Let's do one more root lock. Exhale, root lock. So contract anus, perineum, genitals, pulling the belt line. Again, feeling inside the belly. And then inhale, relax the anus, relax the perineum, relax the genitals, relax the belt line, feeling inside the belly. Exhale and relax, and simply go into meditation. So that is the orbit that I'm going to teach you, or the transmutation quickie for today. I highly suggest you could do multiple rounds of this. You could do up to 9 rounds. It may take you a while. I usually every morning do this 2 to 3 times. So with all that said, appreciate you watching the video. Thank you. Oh yeah, and meditate. At least 5 minutes.